Hello, my name's Lee. I'm a PhD researcher at the University of Bradford, partnered with Historic Environment Scotland and Shetland Amenity Trust. This presentation is about the Shetland in the Iron Age interactive iBook. It's the culmination of a 6-month project that took place at the Engine Shed, Scotland's Building Conservation Centre in Stirling, from October 2019 to this March. Brochs are complicated archaeological sites to understand, and due to their nature, they're not physically accessible to everyone. We wanted to use technology so people of all ages and levels of knowledge can engage with and learn about these sites. My PhD has created lots of cutting-edge visual data and used many fascinating archive images of Iron Age Brochs in Shetland, so we thought it was a great opportunity to use the PhD data and create new content to develop a new iBook for learning about these important tentative World Heritage sites. So, why design an iBook? Well, an iBook is a multimedia digital format created for Apple devices. It's not just a plain old ebook. They have standardized accessibility features which a lot of disabled people prefer to use over Android because they have these disabled access features built from the ground up. And Historic Environment Scotland has already started developing iBooks to use, so existing templates were available, so we didn't have to reinvent the wheel and create these from the very start and beginning. They can also be updated and adapted in the future, so if any new findings are made, these can be added. And despite this, the iBook format is not very well known outside in the heritage sector, so we wanted to make sure that we could showcase it and highlight its versatility to lots of new different people. So we thought the best way to present some of the key points of why we think the Shetland in the Iron Age interactive iBook is an excellent digital learning resource was to give a quick showcase demonstration. So key point 1 was accessibility. We wanted to make sure the iBook would be as accessible as possible. It has been well designed for appeal and accessibility to all and was written for a reading age of age 9 and over following Scottish Government guidelines. All content has accessibility captions embedded within it, so they work with Apple's Read Out Loud settings. A major benefit of the iBook is that it provides digital access to these archaeological sites, which are not physically accessible to all. Musa Broch, for example, is on a deserted island with no roads. The panoramic tour gives readers an opportunity to explore the site as if you're there in real life, as you can jump to different viewing areas and take in full 360-degree views. Information hotspots are built in, so you can find out more and even see historic photos of how the site looked like in the past. The tours were an important feature to include, so anyone can take in the views from the top of the Broch, as physically this area is only accessible by a flight of very steep steps. Point 2 of the iBook's important features are its wide range of dynamic, interactive and eye-catching design and content. We think one of the main benefits of the iBook is how it offers so many different opportunities to learn and engage in different ways. It offers visual, auditory, reading and kinetic ways of engaging, so there's something for everyone. Although we've spoken to teachers who are aware the learning styles theory is debatable, they all agreed that variety is great for teaching and encouraging learning at all ages, so we wanted to make sure we featured such a wide range of content. This is why we think the iBook is a brilliant format, as we could integrate so much fun and different and visually striking content into it to help explain the past to readers. It ties into important topics like climate change and threats to the sites like coastal erosion, which makes the iBook very timely as it coincides with Historic Environment Scotland's Climate Change Action Plan that launched this year. The iBook helps to humanise the archaeological remains so people can better understand how they were used and not just see the monuments as empty ruins. There are interactive Ask the Expert videos where you can choose what you want to find out about. All the videos were produced by ourselves, including the closed captions, with the experts kindly volunteering their time to be filmed. Another key point was that we wanted to make sure that all the content was gender balanced. So there's 2 female experts and 1 male in the interviews, and there's stories about famous men and women's connections to the sites too. We had excellent inclusive representation within the working group who developed the iBook, with a range of experts in archaeology, digital documentation and innovation, technical outreach and education. Demonstrations and workshops are planned for local educators in Shetland, and the content all ties in closely to the National Curriculum for Excellence for Scotland, and also prehistory modules for Key Stage 2 in England. Last but not least, we think the iBook is excellent as it's open access research and a free-to-use resource. It will be available as a free download online, free to use on site, and the research text will be open access as a chapter in my PhD. All the content produced has been shared across our partner organisations. It's not just a guidebook in an ebook format, it offers so much more, and it is versatile too. It can be updated and added to when needed. It's not just a static one-off resource. We packed a lot into the 6 months of its development, and even though the coronavirus has put a pause to our planned on-site research and outreach, now more than ever we think the iBook is important to share digitally so anyone can learn about and virtually visit these sites. Thank you for listening.